Good afternoon. This is Regenerative Life Wayne 69 coming to you from his backyard suburban food forest. I'm just sitting out here um, in the backyard covered patio, and the sun's going to be setting here. It's a nice breeze back here. I got a little rain today, not today, but last night. Little rain showers, and it helped cool it off and hydrate some of the stuff in the food forest. But as you can see behind me, there's my first DIY quail hutches that I almost complete. So forth. I gotta add the water when it comes in from that big box store I ordered, um, and I noticed that some of the stuff products I wanted to order for my food forest are no longer available. No longer available, and due to the I would say probably to the our our shipping infrastructure still hasn't recovered yet. So there was a nice water, chicken water that I wanted to get from my quail hutches, and then they're no longer available because the supplier can't get any more in due to these shipping issues, and and that's just a prime example how these issues are going to impact us as far as getting the things we need from food to supplies to everything. So I had to order a different brand. So hopefully that one's being shipped, and it's very similar to the one I got, but actually it costs more. So I'm not happy about that. But that's just the that's just the world we're living in now. So um, I'm looking forward to uh, doing more things in my backyard food forest here, adding uh, the quail to it, and it's going to be cool to be able to produce my own protein source, meat and eggs. I'm going to look forward to this and so forth, and really ramping this up, ramping my food forest production up as time goes by. Um, I'm redoing a lot of it, a lot of things in the food forest, uh, so forth. I'm adding more. I'm actually growing more. I'm growing more fruit trees. You know, I have my dragon fruit garden on the other side, the other patio on the other side of my house. I've shown that. So, you know, I got my dragon fruit because I do a lot of juicing. I'm doing a lot more juicing, so I'm going to need a lot more fruit. And I'm trying to grow as much as I can of that in the food forest instead of having to go and buy it at the big box stores and so forth. This weather, this weather has been brutal, brutally hot. It's record throughout the country, record-breaking hot. As you know, drought is raging all through this country. Uh, it's definitely going to have an impact, another impact on our food going up, and so forth. So, and one thing about growing your own food, you can actually see for yourself with your own eyes how the climate has changed. You can see it because you're growing your own food, and you can see hands on how it's affecting your food, and how a lot of your food is burning up and not producing, and it's also affecting the animals and insects and so forth. Like I said before, our honeybee population was decimated here um, in Texas due to the historical Arctic freeze. And like I said, I saw my first honeybees today, which is crazy this time of year. And July, seeing first honeybees, and and you need those honeybees and those pollinators to pollinate all the food you're growing, like the cucumbers. Now the cucumbers, they were flowering. They started flowering about a week ago, and I wasn't getting any cucumbers being that were showing up because the flowers weren't pollinated; they were just falling off, and I was worried that I wasn't going to get any cucumbers. First, the bumblebees, more bumblebees showed up, and now the honeybees showed up, and now I'm seeing uh, little cucumbers on the vine finally. So I'm happy about that. So, but what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to add more. I'm gonna have to add my own honeybee hive. I want to do a honeybee hive. I want to do a horizontal hive, one hive, and I also want to put up um, uh, what you call the carpenter bee boxes for the carpenter bees also, because they do a great job pollinating. The bumblebees are actually, from what I understand, the bumblebees are actually uh, terrestrial. They make they make from what I understand, they make their homes in the soil, which is great because during the Arctic freeze, the bumblebees were protected because they were in the soil hibernating, so they didn't die. So that's why we still have bumblebees flying around here, from what I understand, from what I was reading about. So that before. So as I look over here towards the food forest, and as the sun sets, um, I'm seeing pollinators have all gone to sleep and gone back to their nests. It looks like, and I ordered an incubator uh, for my quail eggs I'm going to be getting. So I ordered an incubator. So that should be here in the next day or so, and then I'm going to order my first quail eggs, and I'm going to go with the jumbo quail, the brown jumbo quail, because from what I'm reading about and I'm learning, they're the biggest, and so I'm going to go with those first and everything, and start with the jumbo quail. And I'm going to build a second hutch. This one behind me, that's behind me over there. Then I'm going to build one I'm going to build one on the other side of my covered patio porch on the other side, so I'll have two. Um, that should give me plenty. And this is an example of how you can produce your own meat in a small space with these quails. I'm very excited about this. I'm looking forward to this because I can't have chickens, like I said before, because the HOA doesn't allow you to have them. Because and I don't have room for them anyway. I have a pool in my backyard. I have a swimming pool in my backyard, so that runs like in a big L that wraps around the house, and I have my food forest behind my swimming pool that runs all the way across. So I don't have room for chickens anyway, because the chickens would need space to roam around and forage. And with my pool, I don't know, the pool that wouldn't work well with my chickens. So um, the quail works perfectly. So, and I was watching TV also about how they're saying that we're going to have swarms of grasshoppers coming here in a minute, because due to the drought, there's going to be an increase in grasshoppers. And there's a cricket. I forget what it's called. I can see the cricket in my head, but they're these huge crickets, and I think they're in the Midwest, Utah, and so forth. And they said there's supposed to be a huge emergence of these crickets, these large crickets, who just decimate crops. That's gonna be the plague of those too. So we're just getting hit in all ways. It seems like from high interest rates to high gas prices to inflation to food shortages to this horrible weather we're getting due to weather change, man-made weather change. I would say we're responsible for it. So I don't, me myself. I mean, I've gotten to the point to where I talk to my friends about it and all that, and they say, well, you know, they probably think I'm weird because I grow food. I garden in my backyard, and they're actually not worried about it. It amazes me about what's going on and how people can be so nonchalant and codependent on the system to take care of them. And when the system is breaking down right before their eyes, and they see it, they see the prices, they see the shortages, and they're just going about their lives if it's nothing's happening. But let me assure you, here during the mosquitoes are getting a little bad out here, so that's why I'm bending over. I have shorts on, so I need to put long pants on, or I need to put my normally I have my sage burning, and it gets rid of the mosquitoes, or I have something, you know, I'm gonna have to start doing that again here, you know, as the mosquito population starts to ramp up. But I am a witness to this. During the Arctic freeze, when the power went out for 9 days and we didn't have any power, it was freezing in my house and so forth. I had a fireplace going, thank God, but I had prepared. I had a lot of wood chopped up. I chopped a big oak tree. I had a big oak tree taken down in front of my house, and I had those guys chop a lot of that. I mean, cut a lot of that wood up for me, the tree company, and I had them put it on the side of my house. Um, Lots of oak wood, and when that power grid went down, I had plenty of firewood to at least keep my living room warm. But you know, my rest of my house got significant damage from the pipes busting and the ceilings. But at least I could sit in front of that fireplace and stay warm, and I could, you know, I even grilled hot dogs in the fireplace. But what happened was all these neighbors around me saw that I had piled some of the firewood in front of my house. You know, I did that to give away, and they saw that I had people stopping, neighbors stopping in a neighborhood I'd never even talked to before, and they were, please can we have some of that firewood, sir? Please, we got no, we need. I got a family, trying to keep them warm, and I had cars lining up to get firewood in front of my freaking house. I couldn't believe it, but this really happened, and I gave away a lot of firewood, and I'm telling you, I thought about it, and I said, if we have any type of civil unrest in this country, and there's a major food shortage, and all the stores are raided or whatever, if people know that you're a prepper or that you're growing food on your property, they're going to come. They are going to come knocking on your door, and a lot of those people are not going to be nice. So you got to get prepared for that, and so forth. I don't really tell my neighbors anything about, you know, my immediate neighbors know I have a garden because they can see it. You know, I have a pretty high fence, but then you can see the stuff. Knowing that I'm growing food, and so forth. But overall, I keep quiet. Because if something goes down, I don't want people in the neighborhood targeting my home to uh, to try to take food or whatever, you know, and everything. So this is real. This is real. This could actually happen. I experienced it during the Arctic freeze. When people, like I said, were knocking on my door nonstop getting wood. I still take the wood, take the wood. So I know what would happen if we had a real crisis, where people couldn't run out of food or whatever, and if they knew that I was, stockpiling some food and growing food in my own backyard and so forth, So that's why it's important to have your protection and be prepared for that. So as the sun sets, and I'm gonna go back in the house here and eat some food, eat some dinner. I'm gonna be making a steak here and getting out. These mosquitoes are picking up here, and so forth. And I'm gonna watch some of you guys on the tube here, watch your channels. And I love the breeze out here, though. It's still cloudy. You can see behind me. There's a lot of clouds, a little sprinkling still. But I'm gonna head in and enjoy the rest of the evening. So this is Virginia to Life Wayne 69. Please subscribe to my channel and share. and I'm going to watch your channels too. And please hit the like button to all my videos and so forth. I'm here to learn. I'm a new subscriber, so I'm here to learn. You know, and if you got any advice, I'll take it. You know, so there's no such thing as bad advice. So this is Virginia to Life Wayne 69. I'm going to sign off and have a nice evening.